And finally, there's some movement in the heavyweight division with Joseph Parker set to face Fabio Wardley on October the 25th at the O2 Arena in London. What a fight this is. It's not a fight I saw coming, but it 100% makes sense. Parker has been very inactive recently, which isn't his fault at all. He was, of course, meant to fight Daniel Dubois earlier this year in February. Dubois had to pull out on fight week due to being ill. And then Martin Bakole stepped in at very late notice, coming in looking like he'd ate Daniel Dubois and Stan Dubois. And after blowing away the pound-for-pound king in sparring in just 2 rounds, it's been a waiting game for Parker. He is mandatory for Usyk, but it's pretty obvious that Usyk fight just isn't going to happen. Usyk has asked the WBO for more time because he's injured. He doesn't look very injured on here. Mind, he looks off his nut, but he is the King Usyk. He can do exactly what he wants. So yeah, let's see what happens with the WBO. Because Parker is the interim champion, I think there's a very good chance by the time this fight comes around, Parker would have been upgraded to the full champion. And Wardley is actually currently the WBA interim champion, but I think he'll have to vacate that belt because he's fighting Parker. Who knows with these sanctioning bodies, but I think there's a good chance this could be for the vacant WBO belt, or more than likely, Parker will be the champion on fight night. But yeah, whatever happens with the belts, it doesn't matter. This is a cracking fight nonetheless, and I think this is a 50-50. I know a lot of people will have Parker as a big favourite, and he will outbox Wardley all day. But as we saw with Justice Hooney, you cannot write off Wardley at any point in the fight. He's got the heart of a lion, and that power is real. And Parker has been knocked out before, and also knocked out while Andy Lee was training him, which everyone conveniently forgets. I know since then he's been on an unbelievable run schooling Wilder when everyone thought that Wilder still had a lot left. And then he did go on to defeat Zhilei Zhang when Zhang was coming off 2 fantastic wins, stopping Joe Joyce. So he is on a really good run of form, Parker, but he did get dropped twice against Zhang. And he did look a bit shaky against Bakole. I know, obviously, he blew out Bakole in 2 rounds, but he is 33, Parker. He's had a lot of hard fights. And Wardley, to be fair, even though he's only 30 and he's just coming into his prime, but he's already been in some brutal wars. That first fight with Fraser Clark was one of the best heavyweight fights I've ever seen. It was back and forth, and that took a lot out of Wardley. But in the rematch, he blew out Fraser in a round, put a dent in his head. But then against Hooney, that was another fight where he took a lot of punishment. So he's got to be careful, Fabio. I think he is improving all the time, but he will lose a lot of rounds in there against Parker. Whether he wins or not, it's going to be a really hard fight because it always is with him. So yeah, absolutely buzzing for it. 2 top fellas, 2 fantastic fighters who always bring it. And in recent times, Parker has always been in an exciting fight. I know maybe the Wilder one wasn't the best fight, but the Zhang fight had its moments. The Bakole fight, we obviously got an emphatic knockout. And I think this fight will be one of the best fights this year. I think their styles will match up perfect. I mean, you could put Fabio Wardley in there with Shakur Stevenson, and it will be an unbelievable fight. That's how exciting he is. And thank God Frank Warren has started matching his heavyweights together, because he's got the bulk of the heavyweight division. He's got Fury, Dubois, Parker, Kabiel, Wardley, obviously, Itauma, Zhang, Del Boy, Akoli, Hrgovic, Yoka, the list goes on. So hopefully now this is the start of all of these fighters fighting against each other, because it does get a bit boring when everyone's just sitting on their mandatory position. Because the thing is, if you lose, you can come again. Look at Dubois. He's lost 3 times. He's made tens of millions, and he's still going to be involved in massive fights. So I'm so pleased that Parker and Wardley are getting this opportunity. I'm sure they'll make good money, and the loser will come again. So what a fight this is going to be. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below anyway, guys. Subscribe if you're new. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you all on the next one.